Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. Where they've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the fifth-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick. Started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Ole Miss offense will start this game off. And when you have a quarterback like this guy, the entire offense feeds off of him, David.
Oh, everybody feeds off of his energy, and the whole playbook's open because you can trust on him. He's dependable, Palmer.
He's also one of those guys, if he gets in a good rhythm, watch out. This dude starts firing strikes.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll leave it with him. Runs through the tackle. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense up?
And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense has the ball for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Just about set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Quick strike complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on second down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right with
nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Is this Christmas? Is this the gift-giving season? An absolute gift in the end zone, and the defense takes advantage, recovering the fumble for the touchdown.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Firing to the right, complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Going deep. And the pass hits, picked off. Looking for more room. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, 1st down. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Burks. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Using the quick game. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
He came into... expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. The running back has it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
And QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. It would have been a 54-yarder if they'd tried the field goal. Instead, they'll try to convert on 4th and short. Try to get it on the ground. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And in these situations, right, you can... Because it's a really long field goal. Well, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
The give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got enough space. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Georgia. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by a field goal over Maryland. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset.
He's got it down the right side. Oh, look out. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rebels.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good. Team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Going to the ground. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got his man quickly. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
He's right on target. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
About those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest, and he gets in for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. That last completion sets him up on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Going over the top. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he hauls it in at the 30. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Samuel. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Samuel. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. He's going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's got it inside the 30. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Fires complete on the crosser. Touchdown, Ole Miss! What a catch and run for 6.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And the extra point is good.
Georgia, 35. Ole Miss, 14.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He fires one deep over the middle. Open runway ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Not a chance he lets that one go. He's bringing it out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll give it to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, men. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to 2 of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
The Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the ground, he's got it again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Wants to fire on second down. Going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Dogs! And the punishment has been extended. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the running back has it. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Wants to throw on second down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Gets it inside the 10. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. From the gun. Gets open down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. Snagged in the middle. It's Burks. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the...
Touchdown Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall. One of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Maryland. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia! They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
Touchdown, Dogs! And the beatdown has ensued. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing.
And they got him for the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He lobs one high down the left side.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Well, man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block, it's Harris. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First down here for the offense. To the ground with the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pulls it in. It's Burks. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And the route is on. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Makes the grab on the right. He's off to the races. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Coming after him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. After the big first down sack, it's 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
On the play.
One play you have called if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. A shot toward the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Never a doubt. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Dogs! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Houston is just getting blown off the field right now in H-Town, and at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 21 to West Virginia. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Going up top on 1st down. It's caught. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. The plays, they've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete downfield. Off he goes. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
And he made the extra point without problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished with a 62-yard pass for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you...
Sends it downfield. And he hauls it in at the 25. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, he's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the air on first down. He'll get rid of it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dalton. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Lets it fly. On target over the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
Easy. Unlock. He wants to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Lining up to add another. And it's perfect. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Lofts one high and deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. As they say, touchdown, first down, or get down. He gets down.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Try. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll throw it on first down. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Flag on the field, and the kicker's going to have a little bit shorter distance to work with here. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man in the middle. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity.